more freshly killed.
Yes, that's the way to call it. Yes.
The body's still warm.
You guys can also see what Varric and Abigail's look like.
Oh, it's
Well, you don't know which ones is which, but I'll tell you what the two of them look like. One of them looks robed, but not like more like monk robed as, not like as opposed to wizard robe and hat esque. So it's bound together at the wrists and at the waist.
Monastic.
Yeah, monastic. Thank you. That's actually where we go with it. Yeah. Monastic and we're held together. Doesn't have like a spellbook or anything, although it does sort of give off this sort of scholarly look to it. More battle mage, I guess, is probably the best way to put it. And another one just looks very frantic, like darting left and right as if like trying to hear or see something. And it has a bow and arrow with it.
Yeah, I think you can make a solid guess of which is which.
Can you though? Consider how. All right.
I have ideas.
Varric uses a bow and arrow, but Varric is also scholarly. Abigail has her backstory of unknown importance, but she's also the magic-y one between her and Varric. So which one is it? So Ruhan, you head back.
I do.
All the shades are just watching you guys depart. Not really looking at each of you. They're just sort of just watching, just because it's just a one-way path, right? Just regarding your direction. They don't move or hesitate or come closer or anything like that as you approach, though. Ruhan.
Okay, yeah, I completely ignore all but the one.
Okay, fair enough. You go to Dom 1.
And he goes to her and he sort of drops down low and says, "I'm sorry. I wish I knew better at the time. If you want to take my life, you deserve it."
I think the front four people have noticed that you guys have stopped moving behind them. And then they are turned around, similar as you two, and we're watching Ruhan. I was gonna say make an insight check, but you're not at your computer. I'll make an insight check for you. Haha, play by proxy. Insight, normal, boom. Dude, that's a 19. Holy shit.
Nice.
Dude. You're tensely, I guess relinquishing yourself to your shade. And you sort of gaze at it, wondering what it will do, what it says, stuff like that. And it just sort of... It is now looking at you. It's not just regarding the direction at which you guys are departing. It is looking at you. And its form does compress. It gets a bit more features to it. So you actually begin making out semblances of the details of their attire, facial structure. Not facial features, but at least their structure. Stuff like that. And it holds out a hand. As if like to press against you. Like lay its hand on your torso. But it just sort of flickers. And its hand just presses into you, like literally into you. And then it pulls it back out as if confused. Like a dog who just like touched something cold and it's like, what the fuck is this sensation? Just tilts its head, looking at its hand, like confused. With a 19 plus 1 insight, you don't think your shade, or I guess any of the shades by categorization, are actually there. They're only partially there. Their flickering existence sort of signifying their ephemeral lucidity.
Mhm. You just sort of look at that and just take a long breath. I will take responsibility for what I've done. I promise that.
It looks away from its hand back at you. Then just begins, like, mist, it looks like, just sort of fading away. Yours, and then from her, like, echoing out, pinging out the rest of them as well. Just. And you're just sort of at the portcullis entrance, or I guess exit, alone. You can feel everyone else's gaze upon your back now.
You just take a moment and say, I'm sorry. And then head back.
Yeah, you swim back over. So that's why you're asking me what my patrons look like.
Yes, it took me longer than I would like to admit to figure it out.
Yeah, join the club.
Well, all of your shades certainly seem peaceful. Better than mine.
Well, it still looks peaceful now.
Who is it to you?
Hmm?
Who is your shade to you?
A pain. An annoyance. And offended. Unduly so.
I cannot say
plan.
the same.
All the better for you. Making a mistake, my shade seems quite different than all of yours. But then again, my shade and I didn't depart on good terms, so that's probably why. Now, come on then. I'm sure they're watching us from beyond the grave anyhow. Certainly more closer than I think they'd be.
Probably because we're closer to a grave light.
I would like to believe that. That perhaps one day I can make up for my mistakes.
You and me both. Come on.
Yeah, let's go.
Thus you all continue.
Yeah.
You guys get that sort of like sixth sense sensation that someone is watching. But then you look around and no one is. Nothing you can notice at least. It's a bit unnerving. But you guys continue on down the path. As I was saying, eventually the sands below you stop being smooth, the blades stop showing up. You guys actually see, not a fork in the road, but you guys see another path lead into yours. It's like, imagine taking a Y and then flipping it upside down, you know? You guys see another path leading into yours. It slopes upwards. You guys follow it with your gaze, and you see that it goes to the structure that you guys saw before, that middle path. Well, close left, but middle enough. It goes to some backyard, scrapyard, junkyard, something like that. That was located behind it. It certainly gives an ominous look to it, seeing all these different odds and ends, like not standing structures in the sense of like a building, but standing structures as in formations of constructions, sort of littering that back area. It's hard to make out from here what is amongst that those creations, we'll call them. Do you guys go up the path to investigate it, or are you guys happy to be like, no, we didn't go down that route, let's just keep going? Or something else?
The curious side of him wants to, but
We're kind of.
he starts to linger that way, but corrects himself, knowing he's on a mission.
How about this? I'll let those curious about it roll perception. I'll be at disadvantage because you guys are still in low vision or low light. So, obscurity. For you.
Well, you know what? Just maybe taking a cosmic hint. Ruhan decides to check it out.
I'll roll for you first. Okay, so oh wow, 16 even. Oh, it's 10 plus 6. So let's see. Rose is double 14s. Advantage, disadvantage don't matter. 16 for Fia. Shame, you could have gotten a 23. Oh well. And for you, Ruhan, you had a 13 and then an 8. So that's a shame. Or I guess a 9 and a 4. You guys are the back line, and don't get me wrong, I think Cork would... Yeah, I'll roll for Cork, too. I think Cork would be... I don't think he'd be curious, more as opposed to more cautious.
Oh, that looks curious. Oh, never mind, guess it was nothing.
Well, you can still decide to go to it. Just let me just do the rolls here. Cork is a 15. 9 plus 6, 15. You guys all look at it. Whether or not you guys, go off this information towards it, it's up to you. That's fair. You guys look at it, and it does seem it's a number of effigies. Religious iconography. Or at least you think that's what it is. It certainly isn't any iconography of the true gods, I can tell you that for free. You guys ever seen, you guys know Blair Witch? You know that, like the sticks? The sticks in the pattern? Or whatever?
Yeah.
The sticks, like, tied together. It's akin to that, except they're really big. They're like the effigies you can make in the forest, I guess, as well. Maybe that as well, except without all the bodies. Yeah, they're like this tall standing, like, totems, effigies, idols crafted of, crude metals, barely held together, netting, obviously shipwrecked driftwood and stuff like that. That just sort of seemed like this field of just jagged spikes and constructs just forming, again, this backyard scrapyard. And this is from down the hill. You guys aren't like next to the door when you guys are doing these observations. I want to say you guys are like, I don't know, like 100 some feet down the slope of this. That's how like noticeable these things are amidst the dim gloom and light. Yeah, it certainly gives a nefarious image from down the hill. It's like, what's that board game? Haunted
House on the Hill or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Where just like you keep playing until someone turns out to be like the saboteur or the fucking
yeah.
Or the guy that summons a fucking dragon.
Never gotten that one. It sounds sweet though. But yeah, it's like that. So, do you guys want to approach it? That's up to you. Or you guys want to continue?
That. Spooky fellow got shit. Fuck that.
Showering of right now.
Showering off.
Oh. But Ruhan calls to every god in a prayer for help. I'll roll for religion for that. Why not? Another 19 plus 1. Wow. Ruhan
Rose asks Benny if he knows anything about this particular spot.
Nay.
Shite.
I haven't been around the neighborhood as of late. You know, my legs are in the shops, don't you know?
Damn it.
I think I meant to put as of right now. I think, yeah. Regardless, he's not there. That or he's listening to us in the shower. Either one. But yeah, so Ruhan got a 19 plus 1. Pretty fucking sweet. That's an unnatural 20. It is definitely desecrated ground. Like, don't get me wrong, this entire place is malicious and, like, not right in the natural order of things, but that place in particular seems doubly desecrated.
Fuck that noise.
Yeah. It as Benny noted that it was a shrine, you know, like part of a shrine or a shrine on a temple ship of sorts. You can tell whoever is taking up, you know, residency up there is they've been putting it to opposite use, or I guess used for a different god. Is probably the better way of putting it. So yeah. Sounds like you guys are doing a big no and just did.
Yep.
Right.
There could be cool loot or a trap.
Or death. Or all three.
What trap usually leads to, but yes.
Traps don't necessarily lead to death, but they usually lead to maiming.
Yeah, and we can't afford that when we're gonna go fight a giant hippocamp.
Yeah. I mean, Fia's maimed enough, so.
Hippocampus.
Hippocamp.
Campus. Campi is plural.
Cool.
So you guys keep going. Keep progressing.
Yep.
As you guys are moving along, the path does widen. It's like ever so slightly at a time. Like per, I was gonna say step, but it's not like you guys are really stepping. Per swim. I don't know. But anyways, eventually does widen out to a 15, like a 3-space wide, so to speak, path. So you guys could double up a bit, well, triple up rather, if you guys wish. If you guys want to change up the marching order. If not, then that's fine.
Rose just moves to the side to get some breathing room. That's about it.
Oh. Hello, no breathing room for you.
There. Like a proper.
Oh, now we just have to put Varric right in the very front, and then it's.
No.
There we go.
God damn it!
No. You can go in front. He can take your spot.
I mean, he could maybe go one to the left, and then it's perfect symmetry.
Nah.
And then we look like a pod racer. And Ruhan's a little Anakin.
I mean, what's wrong with that?
Anyways, so you guys continue on with this marching order. It is those in front, or at least with clear line of sight to the front. So Varric, Lorelei, Korik. I'm not gonna put Varric in it because there are 2 people ahead of him. Korik and Lorelei say that you guys are coming up on a clearing, another cove. No, not cove. No. Open patch. Except this one isn't so open. It's not like the one you guys found Benny in. It's not like the one you guys will have the 3-pronged choice of going, you know, where we're gonna hang out. No, this one still, you guys can see the path forward as you guys get closer and closer into it, although the path forward isn't so clear when you guys are coming in. Obscurity, you know, you can't see infinitely, right? That tends to be how obscurity works. Inside this clearing stands 4 pillars as well as some other structure. You guys aren't really able to tell until you guys get close to it. And then, well, let me make it perfectly clear for you. Whoop! As you guys get close to it, Lorelei, Abiel, Varric, Korik, Track Ruhan, there is, and then you 2 down here.
Oh, come on.
Do the thing.
Oh, do the thing!
Is this the grave light?
There we go.
Or...
What?
Is this the grave light? Or it's just something else?
This is nowhere near bright enough to be the grave light.
Okay.
You'll know when you get towards the grave light. Don't worry. No, this is just a clearing on the way there. You guys are at this distance from it. Cautious. You guys don't really have anywhere else to go but forward, so bit by bit, you guys continue forward. Cork and Lorelei stack up on the entrance to the place, taking a peek to its left and right, checking for anyone hiding just out of Vision's, view, trying to ambush. They don't see anyone. Lorelei begins going towards the center feature. It is a fountain of some sort. And peculiarly enough, it shoots out like a fountain would, not water in this case. You don't know what it is. It's this dark orange, viscous substance, like that of a lava lamp, like the inside of a lava lamp. Except in a lava lamp, there are like big bulbs and bubbles and stuff like that. This one is more of a continuous stream. So even though you guys are underwater, there's a different thing of fluid density, so to speak, that is still flowing into its own pool. Cork and Varric begin sweeping out left and right. Lorelei and Abigail welcome back. Begin checking this out. As you guys get into a proper view of the fountain, it does have a noticeable feature to it. That of its centerpiece, literally. Centerpiece of the room, as well as the fountain itself. I will drop as reference. Where is it? This. Yes, I want to go to this site. Thank you. This piece right there. In Greek mythology, this is Laocoon. I don't know. And his two sons, different variations of the story, is that he's a priest of Troy, or from Troy, and he either does wrong or is proven right, but either way, he's punished for it, and his two sons are, devoured or something. Ironic.
I do like that his sons are literally just tiny people.
Yeah. No, one of the more common ones is that he revealed that the Trojan horse is indeed hollow and that it's probably a trap, and that he gets punished for being right. And I'm like, man, it feels bad. You're punished for being right.
That's Greece, though.
That's Greece. It doesn't have three figures in this manner, but just keep in mind this imagery of they're getting tangled and stuff like that. Because on the centerpiece of the fountain itself are two figures, sort of in this sort of curving yin yang, twisting around each other. These two people, these two men, but they're being engulfed, being swallowed by two gaping maws. Not huge of a hydra, but they're this. Sort of like a leech mouth, I guess, this circular mouth that's just wide enough to swallow their torso. But where's that now?
Oh, that just reminds me of Arachne. Hey, Athena, I think I can sew better than you. I don't think so. Let's do it. Oh, hey, Athena, I sewed better than you. Cool, you're a spider forever now.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you for being correct.
But I was your most faithful servant. Too bad.
Too bad. How dare you be better than me? You should have thrown. Yeah. Anyways, back to this. These two gaping maws that are consuming these two gentlemen, are sort of like spiny ridge, that of a lizard or a serpent, or I guess some fish. Fish has spiny ridges on their backs, stuff like that. You guys can see from the angle as you guys get closer to them that the inside of these gullets are more akin to that of a turtle. You ever seen inside of a turtle's throat? It's all spiky.
Horrifying, yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's horrifying. And it is from the gullets of these, gullets, outshoots this orange liquid, viscous, but you can actually sort of see the flow to it. There's a bubble here and there. You can sort of follow the bubble as it goes down into the rest of the pool underneath it. There is obviously a pool, an actual lip that I guess one could sit on. And there is an inscription written on it. I will talk to you about that in a moment. Inside the pool itself, this pool of viscous or dark orange liquid, are some ladles, metal ladles, which is really weird. The inscription I know the answer for one of you, but I'm just gonna double check across the board here. Who speaks Infernal? I already know one of you does. I'm wondering about anyone else.
I don't think so.
Does
I
it seem like?
speak-
Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say I speak Common and Minotaur.
Yes, the most common of languages.
Oh, I do speak
Oh, wait, I
it.
also speak Giant.
Fred asks, "We still alive?" I laddie. Korik only speaks Common and Nevros.
I do speak Infernal. I had completely
Hey.
forgotten about that.
Do you? Interesting.
Yeah.
Does there appear to be anything that's gonna like fall down at these entrances?
No, these are just queer.
Just completely clear. Nothing. Gets
Roll me perception checks. Those. Oh, you're here. Nice, awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Will this
this
be
was a
disadvantage or no?
This one's straight. No disadvantage.
Straight as could be. 13. I thought I had the 19. Damn it.
Eh.
Hey, 13 bros.
Oh, 22 though.
Korik, that's what's up. I guess it's because he's further ahead, so that makes sense. As you guys are like sweeping into the room, checking out, checking out the pillars to see if anything's hiding, like perfectly, like out of your guys' vision. Fun story. Watch Dogs 1 had a multiplayer feature. In that multiplayer feature,
shit.
you get to invade other people's worlds and hack them. But the thing is, you had to actually be able to see them in order to identify them, and then figure out like who they are. I remember the winning strategy I always fucking did, 100% win rate, is I would go right next to the fuck, because you had to be a certain range to hack them, and I would just hide behind a car, and then anytime they would move, I would move around the car, so that I was always hidden.
It's so easy
It was the
to game
cheapest,
it.
it was the
It's
cheesiest fucking shit in the world, but I never lost, so I always laughed. Anyways, though, that's what they checked for, to see if anyone's doing Watch Dogs cheesy shit. They find no one. With these rolls, I'm afraid the 13s, you unfortunately don't hear it. Well, to be fair, it's pretty faint. But to Ruhan and to Korik, Korik does point out, he hears music. Very faint, like very faint. Like honestly, the trickling noise of this fountain, yes, it makes noise, even though you guys are underwater, almost over sounds this faint music you guys are hearing off to the top right there. Very faint, very faint. It is enough for Korik to like want to keep an eye on it though, and Varric as well. Meanwhile, though, Lorelai and Abigail go over to the fountain itself.
Yeah. What did that inscription say? Did I miss?
No, we're getting that.
Oh, okay.
The inscription reads as follows. I'll actually type it out. I'll type it out. I actually sent this over to Fred earlier, so I'll just copy and paste it from his. I'll read it and then I'll punch it in. Let transients of tempted heart be consumed by fateful truth. Let abiders of their true purpose consume this. You don't know what that word is, or maybe you do. Maybe. Actually, no. You guys know fairy tales. Ambrosic clarity. You guys have heard of ambrosia. There's differing stories as to what it actually is, both in game and in real life. Nectar and ambrosia get tossed around interchangeably at times, depending on who the offer is. In either case, they're consumables, but it doesn't matter. Is it the food or is it the drink? Oh, who knows? Do you read this aloud, Fia?
Yeah.
Okay, so you all know what the inscription, the one that sort of is etched into the sort of stony lip of this pool. And like this is like stone. Like, this is like something you would see at like a hotel IRL, like of a fancy ass hotel. Like it's clean. Well, not clean as in like it's clean as in bereft of scars and blemishes. Not clean as in it doesn't have dirt on it. It definitely has dirt and stuff on it.
So do you read it out loud?
She did. She did.
Yeah, I did. Sorry, I'm trying to write it down at the same time. So
Ah, gotcha.
Chat. You know what's up? Abigail eyes this very suspiciously.
Have you heard of this in your fairy tales?
Ambrosia, certainly. Although... Ambrosia Clarity, was it?
Something
Yep.
along those lines.
She shakes her head. Ambrosia's but the food and is but the food of Fae. It definitely isn't some revelation revealing drug.
no. Although a drug could be labeled as such.
True. But still.
Is this other side open?
It is open. You guys can look down it. The gloom of the place. That's why you guys are in low light, right? Or low light obscurity. There we go. You guys can't see infinitely down it. I'd say you guys can probably see like some 30 feet down it, but that's basically the length of it anyways. What up, Fred?
Hello.
So yeah, you guys see this. You guys have this fountain here, surrounded by pillars. Pretty sweet. Hearing music
Sort of
off
looks-
the top ways away. Long
Hey,
way.
he's looking around, just looking at his like teammates, like nah.
Shakes head.
Nope,
Nah.
definitely not her. Maybe him?
I know her, and I don't want to know her. Transient's tempted
don't-
heart, fatal truth. It's probably something to. It's like a truth serum kind of situation, from the sounds of it.
Maybe. I mean, Abigail, would you like to try some for the sake of your story? And I can find
No.
out what it does.
I don't think that would be wise.
After you.
Oh,
If
no,
it is
no,
a-
no, I
If it is
insist.
the truth serum, perhaps we can give it to Benny, and perhaps then he could tell us the truth of the matter.
Downside, I don't
Oh,
think he could swallow.
fantastic idea.
I don't think he could
I
swallow.
think
though.
That is true.
Har, lass. Har.
You're gonna make
Flaunting
these
you
jokes
can
up.
drink.
You make these jokes all the time. Am I not allowed to make one?
She does it out of insult. I do it out of self-deprecating humor.
Okay, notice this.
What does that mean?
It's a phrase that I heard one time from my brother. Anyways,
Spanish don't exist in this world.
Go.
oh my god.
Yeah, Spanish doesn't exist in this world. We have Italian, Latin, Russian, but not Spanish.
So Ruan will go over to Varric.
He's like keeping his eyes like set down this top half. Like after you guys point out that there's music coming down, he's like, I don't fucking trust that.
Do you think you have a tempted heart?
I think everyone has tempted hearts. Well, nearly everyone. What about you, huh? You seem pretty stalwart.
My thought was that if any two of us could imbibe it, it would be you or I.
I don't disagree with that. Well, I suppose purpose is a bit of a subjective thing. I would say Fia is pretty driven towards learning about anything. For better or
Well.
worse.
Were not for the situation with the coin, I would think perhaps temptation might not be so dear to her.
On the same note, it's also literally written in devil language. So maybe we should just say, fuck this noise, and continue on to go and fight the giant monster.
Oh, come on. No, look at this thing.
When
Then
you say
by that
I
devil
don't think anything is
language-
gonna come good of this.
By that logic, shouldn't then you be the one to imbibe it because it seems to be up your family tree?
That doesn't mean anything.
Well, can we at least work
Well-
out what...
First, I think we should see if we need it. There's no indication implying that we have to.
What, you think there's some sort of barrier or something up ahead?
I think it would not be here if not for a reason. And you said it was devil language, correct?
Nods.
Yeah.
They're nothing if not known for being lawful. At least if the stories I have read are correct.
I mean, I would imagine it'd be subjective. The pillars, what do they look like again?
They're just columns. Romanesque. Made of the same stony material as the fountain.
And they go to the ceiling.
There is no ceiling.
Ah, okay.
They're just pillars that are standing. There is no ceiling to this place. It's just you guys could swim up into darkness and gloom, where the Corsair Fiend is. Don't get me wrong, it does have different heights, so again, it's more akin to like a cloud. But nonetheless, I don't want to swim up into a cloud where I know something is lurking. So yeah, there's no ceiling, but these things do go up to the limit, so to speak, of safety.
I mean, 4 pillars, 4 ladles, or scoops, or whatever.
There's not 4 ladles. There's only 2.
Oh, okay.
I said there were a couple.